Spit roasting a goat is more than just cooking. It's an event. It's about gathering with friends and family, sharing stories and laughter while the tantalizing aroma of roasting meat fills the air. This ancient tradition, deeply rooted in Mediterranean culture, brings people together around a single delicious centerpiece. The process itself is a celebration of simplicity and flavor. A whole goat, seasoned with herbs and spices, slowly rotates over an open fire, its skin turning a crispy golden brown as the meat within becomes incredibly tender and juicy. The beauty of spit roasting lies in its primal nature. There's a certain magic to cooking with fire, a direct connection to our ancestors who gathered around flames for warmth and sustenance. And the result? Meat that's infused with a smoky depth of flavor you just can't replicate in an oven. This is honest food, cooked with love and patience, meant to be shared and enjoyed with gusto. So, let's gather our ingredients, build a fire, and embark on a culinary adventure, mastering the art of spit roasting a goat. This isn't just a recipe, it's an invitation to slow down, to savor the process, and to create a memorable feast for all your senses. Choosing the right goat is the first step towards a successful spit roast. Look for a young, castrated male goat, ideally around a year old. This will ensure the meat is tender and doesn't have that strong gamey flavor some people find overpowering. Your butcher is your best friend here, so don't hesitate to ask for their recommendation. Once you have your goat, it's time to awaken its flavor with a symphony of Mediterranean spices. A simple but incredibly effective rub starts with a generous amount of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Then add a touch of warmth with sweet paprika and a hint of heat with chili flakes. Roughly chop some fresh rosemary and garlic, and with a sharp knife, make small incisions all over the goat. Stuff these incisions with the rosemary and garlic, ensuring the flavors penetrate deep into the meat. For an extra burst of garlicky goodness, slither thin slices of garlic under the skin of the goat's legs. The slow roasting process will mellow out the garlic, infusing the meat with a subtle sweetness. This preparation is all about enhancing the natural flavors of the goat, creating a dish that's bursting with rustic charm. Now that our goat is beautifully marinated and bursting with flavor, it's time for the main event, skewering it onto the spit rod. This step is crucial for ensuring the goat cooks evenly and rotates smoothly over the fire. Start by threading the spit rod through the length of the goat, making sure it's centered and secure. The backbone is your anchor here. Use strong wire to tightly secure the backbone to the spit rod at regular intervals. This will prevent the goat from wobbling around and ensure even cooking. Next, it's time to add some flavor and visual appeal to our roast. Grab some large onions and cut them into thick slices. These will be our flavor bombs, adding sweetness and moisture to the goat as it cooks. Thread the onion slices onto the spit rod, alternating them with pieces of goat meat for a beautiful presentation. If you want to take things up a notch, consider adding some goat ribs to the mix as well. These will render down beautifully during the roasting process, adding another layer of flavor to the final dish. Remember, this is all about creating a feast for the eyes as well as the stomach, so don't be afraid to get creative with your skewering. With the goat securely skewered, it's time to light the fire and begin the slow, mesmerizing dance of cooking. Create a bed of glowing embers for steady, even heat. Avoid large flames to prevent charring. Position the spit rod over the cooler side of the fire. This indirect heat method ensures even cooking. After 2 hours, move the goat closer to the heat to crisp the skin. Maintain a consistent temperature by adding fresh charcoal or wood. The goat is ready when the internal temperature reaches 75 degrees Celsius. After hours of patient roasting, the moment of truth has arrived. It's time to feast. Carefully remove the spit-roasted goat from the fire and let it rest for about 20 minutes. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat, resulting in a more tender and flavorful roast. While the goat is resting, prepare your side dishes. A simple salad of fresh greens, tomatoes, and cucumbers dressed with a light vinaigrette provides a refreshing contrast to the richness of the meat. For a more substantial accompaniment, consider roasted potatoes, seasoned with herbs and a drizzle of olive oil. And don't forget the bread. Crusty bread is a must-have for soaking up all those delicious juices. Once the goat has rested, it's time to carve and serve. Use a sharp knife to remove the meat from the bone and arrange it on a platter for a stunning centerpiece. Drizzle the meat with the pan juices for an extra boost of flavor, and garnish with fresh herbs for a final touch. Finally, gather your friends and family around the table and enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is a meal best enjoyed with good company, laughter, and a shared appreciation for the simple pleasures of good food and good company.